Our Mercury retrograde that begins on February 26th is about to be the most intense retrograde that we have had in a very long time. Absolutely nothing is going to be able to stay suppressed, hidden, secretive, or private over the next 3 weeks. The truth is coming out, people's true colors, the truth behind connections, behind actions. Let me explain. Mercury's in Pisces, the North Node is in Pisces, and the past 2 weeks we had our pre-shadow retrograde, and Mercury and the North Node met up. Now, the North Node, which is Rahu, it's the dragon's head, it goes about things in a very kind of devilish, dangerous, sneaky manner. And Mercury in Pisces is kind of foggy, it's fallen, and it doesn't really know how to act, it doesn't know what to say, and so the lowest manifestation could be lies, or sneaking around, or scammers, infidelity, secret. Now, Mercury stations direct at 22 degrees of Pisces, and it will meet back up with the North Node. Only this time, it's going to be retrograde. This is like the universe's way of reopening a door you swore you already walked through, only this time around, the hallway is like flooded with information. Mercury in Pisces is very psychic and intuitive, but it doesn't know how to ground that energy the way that it does when Mercury is in Virgo. Discernment, knowing, that gut-like feeling. Why are all your Virgo friends right? It's because they just know. When Mercury first crossed the North Node, you got the first download, you got the headline, you got the obvious message, but you didn't know how to ground it. Now it's time to back it up and read the fine print. Face what you skipped. Face what it is that you pretended you didn't hear. This second pass with Mercury retrograde in the North Node is going to be destiny through information, a message that arrives to you, miscommunication that reveals a truth about something. This is when you are going to be revisiting something that you were told versus what it is that you actually wanted to hear. And so the justifying or the compassion, all of it goes out the window. Mercury retrograde is when you suddenly realize what someone really meant beneath what they said. Mercury retrograde can also be incredibly healing, where the honest talks come up, where the clarifications arrive and the apologies and the reconnections that actually repair something. Fog will never clear itself the way that it's about to. This could also be an internal awakening where you see something or someone for who they really are, and it could shift a connection forever. Internally, you will realize something that you will never be able to unsee, and because the North Node is involved, Venus will be involved. This does talk about relationships, it talks about finances. Anytime the North Node is involved, it talks about our future and our destiny, and so what it is that comes forward over these next 3 weeks. By the way, your dreams are going to be insane. Whatever it is that does come forward is going to completely alter the course of your life's direction, destiny, purpose. That's the North Node. Pisces energy is where we lie to ourselves beautifully, but this is where that ends. And so the question of this retrograde is, have you learned discernment? Because the only way to get through certain transits is to look at the opposite sign. And so we have to tap into Virgo, reality, truth, discernment. Have you learned discernment, or do you still confuse longing with truth? Once Mercury, while retrograde, meets up with Venus, I need you to ask yourself, does this connection make your life steadier, clearer, more honest, or does it confuse you? Is it foggy? Is it addictive in the worst way?